It is no secret that Mike Tyson is one of the cannabis industry's most polarizing figures. But just as the Tyson 2.0 brand boss and former heavyweight champion, his training regimen has reached a fever pitch to face Jake Paul in a few months. Things are getting a little shaky for him out in California. So SF Gates Lester Black, by way of KTSW Action News, reported that the state of California issued a mandatory recall yesterday for two Tyson 2.0 products produced by Mike Tyson's cannabis brand after the state found evidence that the products contained mold. The recalled products were sold at 20 stores across the state, including 3 in San Francisco. The 2 recalled products were cannabis flower products sold named Toad and Tadpoles, 2 animals that might have mold on them on their backs. But, Tyson 2.0. They contained a fungal mold, Aspergillus. According to the Department of Cannabis Control's recall notice, the agency is asking the public to dispose of the products and can contact your physician immediately if you're experiencing any symptoms or adverse reactions to the product. With cannabis products sold in California required to be tested prior to sale, it's not clear how these products passed if they contained a banned mold. Tyson's cannabis brand did not immediately return on SF Gates' request for comment. The recall coincidentally, and I say that like that because I do not believe in coincidences, but it coincidentally comes at a time where the boxer is preparing to fight former Disney star and YouTube influencer Jake Paul in a semi-pro exhibition match slated for this July. In a totally separate and maybe not related headline, as reported by Mundo Deportivo, Tyson temporarily halted cannabis use to comply with boxing regulations ahead of the bout with Paul, affirming his commitment to the sport while maintaining advocacy for cannabis's medicinal benefits. So per the article, following his exhibition fight against Roy Jones Jr. in 2020, Tyson openly acknowledged using marijuana even on the day of the bout. Throughout the approximately 275 episodes of his podcast, Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, he has consistently, even throughout exhibition training regimens, showcased his consumption of marijuana. But in preparation for this fight, 57-year-old clash with the 27-year-old Jake Paul, scheduled for July 20th at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, Tyson has temporarily ceased cannabis use, as confirmed by his PR agent or his publicist, Joanne Mignano. He only stopped as a means of following all of the rules, Mignano told USA Today Sports by email. But he is still a strong advocate for the medicinal benefits of cannabis for his personal well-being and others like him. You don't say, Joanne. If you're a believer in following the money like I am, any news directly or indirectly tied to a major event promotion is indeed promoting said major event. I do not think that getting a product recalled when you is cannabis is the best PR strategy for an event, but I'm not a boxing promoter. I don't know how this shit goes, and whatever. You can argue that the fact that the fight is in Texas, he doesn't want to fumble the bag on some bullshit, but he was fighting all up to and through, and he said he was even on mushrooms when he was fighting Roy Jones Jr., and this match also is an exhibition, so I'm thinking, maybe he knew that his weed was moldy and he stopped smoking it. I don't know, but I think it's very convenient that he's choosing to follow the rules right at the same time as this recall is happening. So let's talk about it. My name is Rico Lamitte, the dopest dad on the street for High at 9 News. What do y'all think? Is it a coincidence?
Man, moldy weed from Mike Tyson, huh? Man, I know Yarrow's going to have a field day because my story involves Mike Tyson, too, so he's going to get triggered.
I knew Todd and Yarrow were going to be on here, so I purposely brought up Mike Tyson as the most polarizing man. Mm-hmm. But also, I wanted to hear a little bit about Aspergillus. And how
sounds like he's giving the lungs the 1-2 punch, if you know what I'm saying.
Nice.
Not only does Saman dress up nice, but he has got some...
Got the one-liners.
He's got some wit
fire
today.
In that cerebral cortex.
Man, that must be because he's in Florida today.
You guys are funny.
Man, I mean, are you surprised? Are you surprised that that Tyson weed has any mold in it?
I mean, if somebody had told me that I was going to wake up this morning and defend Mike Tyson, I would have told them that they were crazy. I think that this could happen to any cannabis manufacturing company in California.
Mm-hmm.
So the flower might not be a little bit fresh, but what is fresh in my mind is he's still a convicted rapist.
Oh, boy.
That is true.
Man.
I don't know how it got to the shelves. How did it get to the shelves if it was already moldy? Should have failed in testing.
I agree. I'm confused by that too, Todd. I mean, but Todd, I mean, does aspergillus can it manifest itself once it's finished and packaged?
Yeah, well,
Sure. Yeah, it could proliferate later, and your test results could change, and the DCC could have been doing spot checking or additional checking of products on the shelf. Again, I think this could happen to any product manufacturer. I do not see this as a direct reflection on the brand or on the man, and I think most companies are better judged by how they handle product recalls than if they have a product recall.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree. You know, sometimes when you do the sampling,
I would say,
hold on.
California, it's every 50 pounds gets tested, right, for aspergillus. So if you're sampling and you get a hot bud that has aspergillus over here and one that doesn't have one over here, you know what I mean? It's they probably tested it. They probably passed. And, you know, there was another infected part of that batch.
Mm-hmm.
It happens all the time.
Do you think there's any connection between Mike Tyson choosing not to smoke?
No, I think he's just trying to follow the boxing rules.
Oh, hold on. We're gonna get into that in my story.
It's an exhibition. It's an exhibition. There wasn't part of the boxing rules.
Rico, we're going into that in my story. We're going into all of that in my story. Don't worry. Yeah. Yes. We have a 1-2 punch when it comes to Mike Tyson on the first two stories of today. So.
I mean, UFC doesn't care about weed, but boxing does.
Boxing does. Boxing cares about weed.
But the fight is in July. Number one, the fight is in July. Number one, and it's an exhibition, and in the exhibition rules, the proposed rules.
Hold on, Rico. We're gonna go into this. We're just gonna go to a commercial, and then I'm gonna jump into my story, because this is all in that. Yeah.